Hello and welcome. So, the person I am talking to today is someone who is beyond intuitive. You are a prophet. You are um, someone who others might think as different or kind of witchy in a way, but not really, kind of like a natural. Just person, just someone who's just so in tune with nature, in tune with spirit, um, just a very light-hearted type of person. Like I said, a prophet, a psychic, someone who's just so in tune. And recently, you were drawn to a form of spirituality that is different from your recent ancestry. Um, I'm talking about, beyond your grandparents, parents, great grands, anyone that you could have possibly, um, that type of thing. I'm talking beyond that. I'm talking about an ancestry that is deep, you know. If we're thinking on the astrology terms, we're thinking Scorpio deep type ancestry. Cancer would be the immediate home, the mother, that type of lineage where it's recent enough where, you can research it. You can go to a lodge and see an ancestor's, name written in a book or whatever. It goes beyond that. You can't even research it really. There is none, beyond maybe DNA, and even that would be slightly difficult to figure out who exactly this particular ancestor is, because you're going to have to go um, beyond science. You're going to have to go into spirit type of energy, which calls into this number 7, which is the heightened number representing spirit, representing the spirit realm, spirituality, intuition, all of those things, as well as manifestation. Um, so, we're talking about those ancestors that their form of spirituality, you are being drawn to, you are being pulled to go deeper and to research and to pull out that information from your inner depths of ways that they did things that, created a good environment for themselves. It was forms and ways that work best for them. It was their way of magic, right? And so your ancestors are really wanting you to dig deeper. And even more importantly, to take time to celebrate yourself, celebrate all that you have achieved and how far you have come. You went through a lot. You went through a lot of self-doubt, imposter syndrome, feeling like you don't fit in, like, everything that people tell you you should do just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right in your bones. You just knew that something else was meant for you. It was a different path, a different way of being was meant for you. And it took a while to get to this point in which you feel complete, you feel at peace with your choice, and you feel like following your dreams is what's going to truly help you manifest a fulfilled life. And your ancestors are saying, like, celebrate where you're at, celebrate that accomplishment of overcoming those, you know, um, self-sabotage type of energy. Celebrate yourself for being strong enough to say, this is what I want for my life. This is what fulfills me. This is what completes me. This is what makes me feel alive. And so I'm going to go after that. And it might push certain people away. It might isolate me for a given time. It might feel like I am leaving behind all that I know and, what have you. But just know that you're divinely protected and you are being divinely guided, most importantly. And so you're at a point where you are at peace. You're at peace. You feel whole, and you know that everything's going to be all right. no matter what, everything is going to be all right. You have never been let down in that sense from spirit. Spirit has always been there with you through it all. And, it's, God is never going to let you down, baby. And so this is a time of reflection on what lessons were learned through this past cycle that you are completing and that you have completed. It's definitely a time to reflect upon those lessons and make sure that you've got them down packed as you enter into this new phase of being, into this new environment that you're possibly going into. There may be travel with all these airborne, butterfly, bird, and a bee. That's a lot of air. So you might be traveling somewhere to an environment that offers you more as far as it gives you a type of harmony that you need, a type of quiet and peacefulness that you do need during this time, and start working with your ancestors. They really want to work with you, and it's time to get into alignment with your ancestors, but more importantly with source and with your higher self, so that you can always know that you are being guided on the right way, and that you can feel those confirmations within yourself and strengthen your intuition so that you are guiding yourself. No one else is guiding you but you. Okay. And a way to do that is definitely start eating cleaner. Um, and that means drinking more water, spring water, not bubbly water, but um, uh, spring fresh water, drinking that more often, more than you drink any other liquids, eating more clean foods that are, fruits and vegetables and different things like that, so that you can strengthen your body and provide nutrients to your body. This is actually helps your intuition. It will help you connect more with spirit, because you're detoxifying, you're clearing out all of that muck that's in you, that could weigh you down or weigh it weighs you down, but it muddies up the the connection, right? It muddies that up so that the messages aren't coming as clear as they could. So think about that. Also thinking about doing some volunteer work, working with the earth, getting out more into nature, doing more nature, like hikes and just being out in nature more. Maybe do a cleans, create a program or start a group that you go out to the beaches, you go out to the parks, you go out to these areas and you just clean it up, because the earth, she wants to be beautiful too. She's beautiful without us humans. And it's us humans who, junk her up and dirty her up and, make her less beautiful. So us as workers, light workers and root workers, and just people who are just tapped in, we need to make sure we're doing our part to clean the earth and keep her happy, because she's providing for us. We need to provide for her. So you might be thinking about volunteering somewhere, or just doing something that will be help to the earth, and she will come back and hook you up as well and give you that the manifestations that you're looking after. Okay, but whatever the situation was, it was very stressful. You may have been trying to force the situation or force the manifestation to happen or force something to happen and it didn't come through. And you had to sit with yourself and really think like, hold on, like, I'm forcing this and spirit keeps pushing it away or rejecting it. Then maybe that's a sign I need to allow it to be and not try for this so hard. And you got the message. It came through strong, and now you are relaxed. You are feeling good because you know everything that is meant to work out will work out. And you're not in this feeling of like, oh man, I'm missing out on something or I made the wrong decision. You're actually, spirit is removing you from certain situations to set you up to be with people who are truly aligned with where you are going, who will be honest, who won't um, put you in a situation in which your mind is just completely foggy and you're confused about how they feel about you, and or what they think about you. They, go back on their word, or maybe you just don't feel like they are a good group to be a part of, and they really just aren't going to boost you up in a sense to help you move towards your goals. If anything, they are blocking your goals or standing in the way, and really, they're just meant to be on the outside of the situation. Right now, it really calls for you to work by yourself or to work with people who are more astute in whatever topic it is, whatever industry that you're in, whatever it is you're working on. It's time to align yourself with people who either know more than you. It's that old saying, if you're in a room full of people and you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find another room because you're not going to be challenged. You're just not going to have that type of peer-to-peer um, cohesion. It's just you are going to suffer. You're not going to grow. You're going to remain stagnant if you're around a whole bunch of people who can't really offer you much. You can learn from people who don't know as much as you. Yes, you can, because there's always something you don't know that somebody else does. But after a while, that's going to, you know, get played out. You need to be challenged. You need people who are, on the same plane as you, who are on the same frequency as you, who have the same goals as you, right? That you're not unevenly yoked. So, with that being said, is there anything else, Spirit, they need to know? Yeah, guard your money, guard your purse. You got the four of coins and the three of coins behind it, both upright. So just make sure you're being wise in how you spend your money, especially when it comes to, friends, to type of investments you make into the business that you have, or, being overly generous with people that you work with, giving them a little bit too much of your energy, time, or giving up your talents, in the sense that you're putting in a lot of work because you have the talent to do so, and it's not balanced. You're not receiving the same back in return. So be careful with that and make sure that, you're not overexerting yourself or putting too much energy, and you're not getting the same back from people who are also working on that same goal with you. It's a partnership. If it's a group project or a partnership or whatever, everybody needs to pull their weight. And even if you're the boss, you need to be able to delineate, delegate, excuse me, tasks, and not be too over controlling about it. You already know that you can only control what you can control, and everything else, is out of your hands. So, um, yeah, but it looks like it's going to be good for you. You're going to be prosperous. You're going to go from not receiving any type of recognition or shine or anything to all of a sudden receiving a lot of recognition. A lot of people who are going to have their eyes on you to see what you are up to and what you are doing. So, with that being said, best of luck. Make sure to celebrate. Make sure after you're done reflecting upon everything that's happened and taken place, and you've made sure that you've learned the lessons, make sure you celebrate yourself, because you've come very, very far. You were in a very tough situation mentally, as far as, where do I go from here? How am I going to move forward? Am I making the right decision? Just all this stuff. And then finally, when you just let go, you're going to see your manifestations come through. You're going to see the right people come and be in alignment with you. You're going to see, you're going to hear the messages clearer. Like, everything is just going to get a whole lot more clearer after, this process mets out, it finishes out, and then you move into your next season. So you're in that process right now of moving into your next season. You're in the final, throes of it. So just make sure you enjoy it and celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. All right. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.